Every once in a while, the passionate green thumbs at Mitchell Park Conservatory in Milwaukee get in touch with their inner train lover. That's because they build a custom G-scale layout from scratch once a year.
The dome staff has gotten to be extremely good at installing a layout.
Mitchell Park, also known as the Domes, proudly hosts a garden train show inside one of its 7-story tall glass greenhouses. And it's a tradition they've kept alive for nearly 20 years.
It's a real treasure and really adds a lot of value to the whole system.
The kids, when they come here to experience this, they notice things that most adults do not, and that's fun for us.
We've done circus train shows, Wild West train shows, just trains passing through cities.
Park artist Bert Gross makes new scenery pieces for each train show. And one of his biggest challenges is finding new ways to create a fresh layout that matches the show's time-honored themes. So when Bert pitched an unusual steam-powered theme, he wasn't sure how the rest of the team would react.
It was maybe a little bit more of a difficult sell than some of the other ideas.
Steampunk.
Steampunk.
Steampunk is the theme.
Didn't know what steampunk was.
Nobody knew what steampunk was.
I never heard of it before, so I had to Google it. And then I saw all the things that reminded me of Jules Verne and Back to the Future.
If I had to describe steampunk, I would say the old days with modern technology run with the technology that they had back in the old days. So steam-powered computers, steam-powered robots.
It really is about steam-generated machines and inventions and whirligigs, and kind of a cross-mix with the old Victorian age.
And Mitchell Park director Sandy Folleron welcomed the thematic change of pace.
We did our research, and when we do our shows, we do them, the themes at least 2 to 3 years in advance. So we thought we need to do something different, we need to shake it up. We constantly try and recreate these great experiences that add value to the residents' lives.
After agreeing on the new theme, the Mitchell Park staff had to figure out how to transform their plush greenhouse into a mechanical garden. So Bert got together with park horticulturalist Mary Brownwriter to come up with a plan for the plants.
Bert is really easy to work with. He's flexible. He wanted muted tones like dusty pinks and more pastel colors. Some rusty colors too, like oranges and bronze and yellow.
We've got some very interesting metallic-looking plants and waxier kind of plants, so they're shiny, and the whole thing's coming together that way.
Amy Thurner is another park horticulturalist. She organized and ordered all the unique plants featured in the show. But Amy also had to coordinate the workforce needed to bring their steampunk vision to life.
You would probably be surprised. It takes a lot of parks employees to pull this off. We have a crew of forestry workers. It's been ranging from 5 to 3 different size crews. We have 3 plumbers, 3 electricians here, a carpenter, lots of trades, lots of skilled trades, not just horticulturists.
The whole operation at Mitchell Park is a large one. There is a tropical climate dome and a desert dome, but the train show is housed in the show dome. And each January, the team reunites to clear out the holiday display and install the train layout.
We do the show in about 2 weeks. That's our setup time. Basically what you see here is a giant sandbox. Everything gets uprooted, everything gets put away, new things are brought out.
When the domes goes into what they call transition in this area, they literally take out every plant. Everything that you see in here right now is literally gone. It is nothing but sand.
And Bob Dufresne is used to seeing that transition after more than 10 years of volunteering. He and other club members from 3 different train clubs in the area take turns running their engines on the dome's layout. So Bob coordinates a volunteer schedule with the clubs and the domes.
Every club member gets to bring in what they own, so they mix that in with the dome stuff, and every time the public comes in, they get to see different things. What we find here is that whether you like trains or you're in love with trains or it's a passion for you, something moving in the dome is real interesting to everybody. It works out well because it's somewhere that you can actually take your family in the middle of a Wisconsin winter It can be snowing outside, and it always smells like spring in the domes.
There's a lot of history here in Mitchell Park. The conservatory itself, there's been a conservatory on this site since 1898. We're an icon here in Milwaukee. Everybody loves the domes.
And more than 100 years later, Mitchell Park is still one of the most vibrant ways to beat even the toughest Wisconsin winter.
We do all sorts of different events. We have all kinds of wonderful plants. It's a warm climate to get away in the winter, to escape to.
I think it's because in Wisconsin, maybe there's not as many things to see in winter. So you get to come inside this warm, sunny dome and be amongst green, beautiful flowering plants. I don't think other conservatories would have a train show exhibit like of this scale, this size. There's a lot of track. It takes a lot of people to pull this off.
No show is ever the same. They're always different. So that's why it's fun to come up with something really odd like steampunk.
And though there were some exciting changes this season, one very special train celebrity still made his annual appearance.
The children absolutely love Thomas. It's probably their favorite part of it. They can pick him out the second they walk in through the doors.
They're coming to see Thomas the Train. I'm not kidding. We can do everything we want with circuses and steampunk and industrial villages, but the kids, it's all about Thomas. It's all about Clarence.
So we have a little steampunk Thomas air territory. I've taken some old Thomas toys and steampunked them up, added some rust and some copper fixtures and gears and things. And he looks cool.
But they take on this massive undertaking every year with a bigger goal in mind. They're hoping to inspire the next generation of plant and train lovers alike.
Education is really another mission here. It's part of our mission. If we can show people the wonderful world of steam and being inventive and what you can do.
I'd definitely like to see new people come to the domes, maybe a different generation, or just people who wouldn't normally think to come to the domes.
The folks at Mitchell Park are hard at work all year round to create their distinctive train exhibits under glass. So there's something for everyone, whether you're looking for a new way to enjoy something familiar or an old-fashioned way to experience something new.